Welcome
Hey,
to Off Script. Man, wow, are you okay? I was just going to say we're off to a little crazy start, but I think you just saw that for yourself. We're making sure all of our things are working. I'm Shari Armstrong, joined by,
I am the tech fixer, Amy
as you can see.
Wegman.
That's
Hold
right.
on, let me see something. I'm going to push a button. So tell folks what they're watching at
Our
home.
Thursday is really Thursdaying here. We are trying to make it to Friday. This is the Off Script podcast, so we're live Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on Facebook and on YouTube. And we normally have such great video and our logo behind us. Bam! Tech guru in the house. Thank you so much, my girl, Amy Wegman, making things happen. And thanks to our producer, Neha, who's standing in the corner, who was like, hey, your TV's not on. So we appreciate that.
We just ran in here from doing a newscast, and we're busy doing other stuff. So you know what? You're just going to have to wait sometimes for the logo.
I think it shows, too, like, this is the nature of what we do. We just make things happen. We're on TV. Yes, we're doing the things, but also we turn the TVs on and make stuff just work. So
And Allie, our producer, just brought us
what we're talking about
what we're going
today.
to talk about today.
Thank you so
Who
much.
are you?
Man, powering through. That is the name of the game. Your girl's been going to the gym.
Look at you.
I'm a week and a half in. And so far, I haven't.
Look, there I am.
Hey.
Hi, friends on
Hey,
Facebook.
friends on Facebook.
If you're watching us on Facebook, I'm watching for comments and stuff. Say hi, ask us questions, whatever you want. But first, let's talk about a duck.
All right, let's
You
talk
want to talk about a duck before we talk about your barbell curls?
No, we should just go straight to the duck.
Because the duck's pretty awesome.
100%. Shout out to Jimmy.
Okay. So if you have not seen the story, I mean, you must not be on social media. This duck has been terrorizing people in One Cape Coral neighborhood, sent people to the hospital.
Yeah.
Little sweet seniors, bloody on their arms. This duck wants attention and is like pecking with its beak.
Yeah,
It's a beak, right?
it's Beak.
It's a beak. So anyway, Bella Line went to check it out, did the story. Duck chased her. Muscovy duck. Anyway, a trapper from Ocala contacted her and he's like, you know what? I'm going to help these people out. So she went the day that he showed up and they hunted down said duck.
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Who named him Jimmy?
I don't know, but I do want to be clear that on social, someone said his name was actually Kevin. He escaped from a different community, so I'm not sure if it's Jimmy or Kevin, but either way, they got him. Look at this shot of him in his arm like that.
But he likes him.
Yeah, he's
Because-
cool. He didn't bite him.
He's like, what's up? I'm not going to bite you. But again, he hurt some people. So he is living his best life now on a farm, a sanctuary, if you will, in Ocala.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah. Shout out to all the people, all the organizations and trappers that were like, hey, we'll come do this. Because remember, a concern for this neighbor was that he couldn't afford to find someone to trap the duck. So shout out to all those organizations that were like, we'll come in for free and make it happen.
Right. Because, they have to be humanely captured, things like that. And he's like, I can't afford a trapper. So here they are. So we appreciate that. I love that story. If you have not seen the original story that Bella did, it's my favorite video of the week. The duck literally is chasing her around the neighborhood. So
Yeah,
you can understand why people are like, "Brr."
Yeah, my girl Bella was getting her steps in. Anyway. Oh, okay. Neha says we're only on Facebook today. So shout out to those of you watching on Facebook. All right. Let's go to Naples. Big update for those of you in Collier County. That back and forth between the Children's Hospital and Lee Health over that outpatient center in Naples. Done.
Done and over.
That's right. The good news here is that this Children's Health Center, this urgent care, will remain open in Naples.
Right. So Nicholas Children's Hospital, Golisano Lee Health, they have come to an agreement. Urgent care center. And all people care about is, can I bring my child somewhere in an emergency if I can't get them up to the actual children's hospital, which is in Fort Myers, So water under the bridge.
Speaking of water,
Look at you.
thank you. I'm on the transitions today.
After Hurricane Ian, I mean, something that we saw literally everywhere were boats, right? In the road, half underwater. And this was from like Naples all the way up through Charlotte County. But things are a changing, my friends, in Punta Gorda after Milton. It's Lashley Park that looks a hot mess still.
But work is underway right now to get these boats out of the water. So a heads up for those of you in Charlotte County, the demolition is expected to start on June 2nd, and the parking lot in this area. Remember the boats actually being in the parking lot? I think Alex or Caitlin, they were live there.
There was a crane. And they
Yes.
were like,
Yes. Yeah. So just a heads up, it's going to be closed for about 2 weeks as the demolition starts and they get those boats finally out of the water after Milton.
it's been like a long time.
October.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So we are happy about that. And, Ian is one of those things that no matter where you look in Southwest Florida, you still see damage and repairs going on. Before I get to the next story, I want to remind you Sunday, which is June 1st, it's hard to believe that, is the start of hurricane season. So our team of meteorologists have been working real hard to put together all of the new important information that you need to know to make sure your family's ready as we head into hurricane season. They've got stuff, new technology that you can download, new forecasts for the upcoming storm season, and just some of that good old information too. So they've been working hard. Sunday at 10 o'clock on Fox 4 is where you can find that. So you definitely want to tune in for that. And then we'll make sure you can stream it on your smart TVs as well. But anyway, I was talking about Ian and how, no matter where you are, you see its impact still. Fort Myers Beach, obviously, got the brunt of it. And Fort Myers Beach Elementary is in the news again because the town council, they were meeting yesterday to talk about what are we going to do with this school, right? It still has termite damage, structural damage, the storm surge ruined things. But they did vote to support reopening. This is the only elementary school on Fort Myers Beach. So as you can imagine, a lot of people have been pushing for it, but it's been closed for 8 months.
Their kids have been going to San Carlos Park Elementary.
Right. So they're taking a school bus. What is it? Almost 45 minutes to an hour sometimes, depending on the traffic.
I was going to say, depending on the traffic.
Yeah. Crazy.
And that was what we heard from parents too. They were saying like, listen, the urgency is here and we need you to move even quicker than you are, whatever pace you're going at, because this is impacting our travel time. We're talking about 2 to 3, this gentleman said 2 to 3 hours and going back and forth, okay?
I can't even imagine.
Out of their day to get their kids to school right now.
It takes me 10 minutes to get to my kid's school, and that is enough. Even, like 20 minutes, okay, but like an hour each way, that would be very stressful. So the Lee County School District, because this is a Lee County school, they are on Tuesday. June 3rd, I think it is. Yeah, they will be discussing the school board, the future of Fort Myers Beach Elementary School. This is something we've been following for quite a long time. There's two sides. There's the people who live on the island and they're like, we need a school in our community. And then there's the other side of the story, which is it's a very small school. So if they were going to put money in to keep fixing it after storm, can we grow the school? Can we grow the school's population? So it's just something that we're going to have to watch when they discuss that on Tuesday.
Are you a passionate Buc-ee's person?
I've never been to Buc-ee's.
So you are team never been to Buc-ee's.
Have you?
I've never been to Buc-ee's. I'm on the same team.
Is Bucky the beaver dude with the gas station?
Yeah, they have beaver nuggets.
I heard about these beaver nuggets. Okay, here I go again with the marketing. Beaver nuggets? What is a beaver nugget?
Allie, I feel like you're a
I gotta
Buc-ee's
Google
person.
this.
Are you a beaver? Do you know what a beaver nugget is? Okay.
Hold on, get your microphone so we can hear what a beaver nugget is. Ew. Oh, okay. I'm looking at them.
I've been once, the one in Missouri near St. Louis. I didn't buy them. My sister did. It's like a puffy, like popcorn-ish kind of snack.
It is
with
a
like
sweet
caramel coating. I don't like it personally.
Okay. It is a sweet corn puff snack. You get a 13-ounce bag. Bucky the beaver. Bucky Beaver.
Neha, are you a Buc-ee's person? Okay. Do you know about can you attest to the beaver nuggets? Okay. She said she said no comment, essentially. But we're talking about Buc-ee's because I only know from like people that I work with in here, obviously not Amy, who are like, Buc-ee's is the place to be. But like people are excited on social media about the potential of a Buc-ee's coming to Charlotte County.
I remember when the hype was happening for Wawa, right? So it's like we're reliving this all over again, but this time it's Buc-ee's. So I-75 and Harbor View Road is where it could come in Port Charlotte. Supporters are like, yes, okay, it's near I-75. It's going to bring jobs. Some people are a little worried about traffic because in this area where it's proposed, again, it's just a proposal right now, it's just a 2-lane road. And from what I understand, they have like 100 gas pumps at these Buc-ee's. Is that all
Huge.
of them?
Yeah, it's huge. That's what I learned from Allie. And also, there is a thing, though, that people are pushing back to that point and saying you're not allowed to take like a semi truck there. So there are a bunch of gas pumps, but like it's like cars and SUVs and small trucks.
But
Either
100?
way, it's, right. It's a lot of people at all the pumps. And then it's not just the gas pumps, right? It's the experience. So apparently they have Bucky the Beaver, all these.
I don't know why. Like, Bucky Beaver.
Oh, I like that. Did we just come up with a theme song? I like that. And so that's the other thing is that they're worried about is like all these people will want to come just to have the Buc-ee's experience.
It's like when Krispy Kreme came to Fort Myers, the line was down 41 for like 4 days.
Yes.
I think it will be exciting for like a minute.
Right. And then,
People will be like, okay, there's a Buc-ee's.
Exactly.
I do sense a Fox 4 field trip coming on.
I'm with it.
Yeah? We're excited.
The barbecue.
Yeah, that's what they're known for.
And she's Allie saying they're known.
Apparently they're known for barbecue.
Allie saying they're known for barbecue.
They yell brisket on the board.
See, I struggle with getting yummy food. I'm not knocking it because I'm sure it's great. It's kind of like the Wawa thing, but I struggled with it initially. Like, you pump gas there, and then it's like, yum. No, like, I'm just like, I want to go wash my hands.
So you said you struggled with it with Wawa at first. Did you eventually become okay with Wawa?
I'm okay with Wawa. I'm not a diehard.
Yeah.
Their meatball sub is pretty good.
Okay. But you got over the whole thing of like food at the same place where I just pump some gas.
I'm not going there like, oh, I'm hungry.
Let me get a
go
meatball
Wawa.
sub.
Some people do though.
I know.
That's not me.
Oh.
But you know, if someone's like, we're going on a road trip, you want something, I'm like, yeah, give me a meatball sub.
Yeah, they have good smoothies there. Also, Neha saying that Buc-ee's is really known for its merch as well. So people will pull up in there for the merch.
I do see people carrying like the keychain with the little beaver with the red hat.
Definitely seen the t-shirts and the sweatshirts a few times. We'll see. Maybe we'll become those people.
I don't know about that, but we have 8 people watching on Facebook right now. I think 2 of which are in this room. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
whatever. This is a crazy story. You were telling me about this. Oh, well, there's Buc-ee's. Hey, Bucky. See, there's the beaver. A man,
Yes.
horse in Florida.
I know.
Everything crazy happened in Florida.
Our branding is crazy.
So you were telling me about this. He used
A tracking device
to track his ex
to track his ex-girlfriend.
and kidnap her?
Kidnapped her, went to a different county. This happened apparently in Hillsborough County, and then he took her to, you see him right here.
Which
She's in the trunk. She's in the trunk. So he leaves. She's literally like, as she was outside of her house, he pulls her in, right? Pulls her into the trunk, takes her to Manatee County. Do you see
You can
this?
see her feet. He's like throwing her in the trunk, but somebody's at the door with their phone. I'm sure they're just like, you know.
Well, I would hope they were calling 911 or something.
I mean, I hope so. You can see her phone. She's like on her phone in
it's
the back.
Crazy, crazy video. He took her to Manatee County, and then because I'm not sure if the person in the house is the person who called 911, but they were able to pull him over, and then they found her in the trunk, and he was charged with all of these things. But it's crazy.
I was reading that she was just getting into her car. He took her keys, threw her in the trunk. I mean, that is scary.
Yep.
That is
Using
scary.
a tracking device.
We were on a field trip recently with my son's school, and all the parents, not all, but like, this is something that I appreciate they do notifications for, because all of a sudden everyone's like, there's an AirTag following us? Why is there an AirTag following us? Who's following us?
Oh yeah.
Then we realized one of the kids whose parents didn't go on the trip,
Had an
AirTag.
AirTag. Absolutely.
But I like that it notifies you, like, something's following you.
Yes. Yes.
But I'm sure there's ways around that.
But, well, and there are those crazy stories of people who track people with AirTags. So you're exactly right. Yeah. They can also be used for good too, like tracking your luggage.
That is true.
Yeah.
This next story, oh, God bless America.
We got to talk about this.
Okay.
All right. So we're showing you Disney because this woman was actually wrapping up her Disney trip, getting ready to fly out of Orlando to go home. And we need to be clear here that we don't know the relation between this woman and the child we're about to tell you about.
No, but she alludes to knowing this kid because she alludes to that they're on this Disney trip together.
Right.
But we don't know.
Nothing confirmed from like the actual report.
No.
Okay.
Her name is Christy.
Her name is Christy.
Christy Lee Crampton, and she's facing felony child abuse charges. Why?
Well, it turns out, according to Christy, the child she was traveling with
Well, hold on. Let's act it out.
Okay.
You're Christy.
I'm Christy.
I'm Kid.
All right.
We're sitting in the airport or airplane, and I'm sitting in my chair, and she goes to sit down, right?
I sit down and
You're fat. You don't fit in the chair. You're like Miss Piggy.
I'm sorry, what?
That's what the child said.
That's probably what Christy said.
So Christy allegedly smacked the child, slammed their head into the side of the airplane, and abused the said child for calling her fat and Miss Piggy. You can't do that.
Needless to say,
Both of them shouldn't be doing that.
right. Christy, as you can see, was arrested, and that was her in first appearance. Now, can we just be real? Like, listen, Christy should not have allegedly hit him like that.
Sticks and stones may break your bones,
Period.
but names will never hurt you.
However,
Kids shouldn't be calling her fat or Miss Piggy.
thank you.
They're both
Keeping
wrong.
it real. They're both wrong. Thank you for keeping it real. Also, if they did know each other, I just need to say this really quick, Amy. Like, maybe things escalated to this point, you know?
Right, like what happened at Disney leading up to this.
Not me
like,
paying all this money for you to go to Disney, and then on the plane you calling me fat. You know, I mean, we don't know all the details, but I'm just saying.
Kids say mean things sometimes. You have to, especially as an adult, like take a deep breath sometimes and take a step back.
Yeah, the other day Pearl was like, "Why are your eyebrows so dark?"
My girls ask me, Mommy, why is your belly jiggly like that? I'm like, because you both lived in it at the same time.
Because of you.
Stretched it out.
Look what you did to my body.
You traveling this summer?
Ah, yes, coming up very soon.
Domestic or international?
International. Why did you say it like that?
I don't know. I was just asking.
Yeah. So
My flight's domestic, so you know, there's
where
some
are
of
you
us.
going?
We're just going to Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia's beautiful.
I love Georgia.
And you're doing like the cabin thing, the Verbo.
It's not really. Yeah, it's like lake life.
It's like a mansion on the lake.
Definitely not a mansion.
Just holding back.
Promise, it's not a mansion.
Okay.
There are beds and bedrooms, but
Yeah.
definitely not a mansion.
Yeah.
Whole family's going. It's gonna be fun.
Love all week, like a nice relaxing time on the water.
Yeah, we may not be speaking to each other by the end of the trip, but we're gonna play Pictionary and make s'mores and stuff. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But the reason I brought up summer travel is because the U.S. Department of State has issued some travel advisories. These kind of caught my attention because it's not places you would automatically think of for a travel advisory. So it's the U.K. and Spain are at a level 2 risk of civil unrest and terrorism.
Interesting.
UK mentioned threats from, I guess these groups that came in from Northern Ireland and some past attacks. That's what they're citing. In Spain, they are talking about large sites, tourist sites, where there could just be potential danger. So you're just being told if you are traveling to the UK or Spain, be aware if you're coming from the US, and also stay away from any demonstrations or protests. Don't go try and check it out and take pictures.
You know what? It's sometimes interesting to know what countries actually fall under a travel advisory. I typed in like a couple countries we were considering going like for the summer, and a couple of them were on the list. The U.S. actually gives you different levels, right? There's like
Right.
level 1, and I think it goes up to level 4. So you can check your destination. If you just type in like travel advisories, it's really travelstate.gov. You can go in and type in the country that you're going to and see what level it is, because that makes a difference too.
And even recently, the U.S. has been on travel advisories for other countries because of the immigration
Yes.
rules and changes and statuses. So yeah, it's always interesting to check it out before you head anywhere. Hawaii is one place that I want to travel to, but I keep saying one day, like when I'm older, I'll go. We have some lovely family friends. They're they're more like family than friends. She's like my aunt.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're from Hawaii, and I'm like, why don't we go?
You need to go.
But my husband's like, we already live in tropical. I'm like, it's different.
It is
There's
different.
volcanoes. There's whatever.
Yes.
I get that it's like an easier trip, right? You don't have to backpack through the mountains or anything. So
Yeah. Or you can. If
or you
want to.
can, right? So it's on my list. I got to get there, but their government is starting to charge people in cruise lines. They're hoping to make like $100 million a year for this green fee. So cruise ships, hold on, I'm reading
I
it.
was trying to have your back. I just wasn't sure.
It's a climate thing.
Well, listen, we saw this. This is not the first time we've seen this, right? We saw Mexico, remember, with the
Yes.
cruise ships. So a few countries are like, listen, y'all are bringing a lot of traffic, and obviously Hawaii is a state, but like you're bringing a lot of traffic to this area. We're going to bank We're gonna bank on
Hawaii?
some of that money. I don't.
Waikiki, yeah, man, that's busy.
Let me tell you, I went to Waikiki last summer, and
I'm jelly.
it was fire. Although Sean felt like it was just like Miami, like going to Miami Beach. You know what I mean? Like it kind of gave that vibe a little bit, but I think the real gem of Hawaii is this right here. You
Right.
got to get out of like the city area and actually go up where we went to like the Dole Pineapple Place, and you got to do all
Yes.
those things and go find the locals.
Right. So the locals are the way to go. You
Right.
gotta
And when you go find the locals, that's why you understand even more the importance of something like this.
yes.
Because those people, when it comes to like the land, taking care of the land,
Yes.
farming, I mean, it's in your face and it means so much to those communities there.
And also, the tourist destinations make you think that Hawaii is like this, like people, the native people who live there and who have grown up there are like rich.
Right.
But it's not. It's like, they struggle a lot. So it's important to go outside and see what it's really like and support the little mom and pop restaurants and shops and stuff like
just where
that.
some of the best food is, obviously.
Yummy.
You know how it goes.
Also, speaking of Hawaii, there was this, I've always wanted to get a
This
message.
is a sign that you need to go to Hawaii.
I know, like I feel that too. This lady got a message in a bottle from Hawaii 8 years after somebody threw it into the water. Do we remember where she found it?
Yeah, Bradenton Beach.
In Florida?
That's right. This is here. This is here.
What? That's crazy to me.
They were literally on the beach hanging out. They saw this thing floating by, and they were like, they thought it was trash at first. And then the kid asked the mom, like, can I pick it up? And inside was this letter with a phone number.
So she texts the phone number, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, that was me. I live in Hawaii."
8 years ago. They put it in the water 8 years ago.
It is kind of way cooler finding a message in a bottle nowadays, because I think if you found one in like 1911, it's not like you could text someone. You'd have
Yeah.
to be like, "Dear pen pal."
Yeah, and hope it like gets
Get your
back.
calligraphy pen out and ship it.
I love that you chose 1911.
I don't know. It just was a random date that popped into my head. I'm sad to say our local kids got eliminated
It's okay.
from the Scripps National Spelling Bee, but you know what?
You still made it.
We are still proud of them.
We didn't even get through the 2 test words we had on the podcast. Okay?
Oh my gosh, no. And this year, they not only have to like spell the word, they have to know a synonym for the word. They have to, in some cases, know geography based on whatever they're learning. So unfortunately, Nicasio, David,
Yeah.
got eliminated because he could not apparently come up with a synonym for the word blithesome.
Do you know what blithesome is? Because I had to Google it. I didn't even check with you. Did you know what it was?
I did not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend like I did.
Yeah, no,
I know what it means now.
Right. It's an adjective for being happy.
Cheerful.
Yeah. However, he did a good job.
He did an amazing job. I'm so happy for him. So we are very happy still for the 9 kids who are still in the competition. Tonight is the final. So 8 o'clock on ION. You can stream it. We are in the 100th year of the Scripps National Spelling Bee, which is so crazy to think of. For 100 years, it's been making like academics cool.
Look at that excitement.
I know.
I know
They get $50,000 if they win.
Man, I wish I could spell it. Like that. For real. 50,000. Come on.
So it's in Maryland this year. One of the finalists, again, there's only 9 kids left at this point, is just 11 years old.
Oh my gosh. Let's go. 11 years old is like 5th grade? Around there?
Probably like 6.
6th, 5th, 6th grade? Let's
Yeah.
go. That's awesome.
I know. I'm proud of them.
I also love that one of the kids we interviewed in the story talking about the spelling bee, he said that he just really he was like giving a shout out to Scripps for how good the word options were this year.
So I was wondering how they come up with the words.
Yes.
I started researching it because,
go.
why not?
Yeah.
So they work, EW Scripps Company, the Scripps Spelling Bee, works with the Merriam-Webster Dictionary people.
No.
And they pick the words.
wow.
Isn't that crazy?
No, that's incredible.
They go through the dictionary.
incredible.
And they use a specific version of the dictionary so
Yeah.
the kids know which ones to study.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I know. 50
That's
grand? Kidding me? YES. That was a delayed reaction.
YES was the next story. Okay, anyway. Pups and pizza, because it's the weekend, baby. Well, almost. It's almost the weekend.
So this is on Sunday?
So, yes, Sunday, June 1st.
Okay.
and also we always talk about events on Thursdays because Amy is the queen of a lot of things, including local events in Southwest Florida. Although
Not a queen, but
you are a queen.
I work on putting things together for the weekend for you so you know about what's going on, and it helps me too.
Okay, but you do it with such grace, and you take a lot of time to find the right events. Not a lot, but Anyway, Pups and Pizza is going on at the Cape Coral Animal Shelter. They say they're going to have like food and all types of activities and stuff like that.
Face painter, you know the kids love the face paint.
100%. And so obviously this benefits the animals and the shelter and all those things. So definitely could be something on your radar. Mellow Mushroom, by the way, when we talk about pizza, a local favorite. Neha's in the corner shaking her head.
I feel like this is obvious, but just to clarify,
Yeah.
it's the Mellow Mushroom in Cape Coral right next to Gator Mike's, not the one over off Daniels,
Right.
because, it's for the Cape Coral Animal Shelter.
Good point.
Just wanted to point that out. But they're giving you $10 off if you bring in food, toy, or blanket for the animals. Easy peasy.
Yep.
Get $10 off your pizza. And then they're donating $5 per pizza sold back to the Cape Coral Animal Shelter as well. So we love that.
We love that. And of course, keep a lookout for Amy's 4 things to know for the weekend because that normally drops sometime
Friday morning,
Yeah.
roughly 11:30
Yeah.
a.m. I drink too much coffee. I'm
Do you
like,
feel like jittery?
a little bit.
I was reading a study and it said going to bed, this has nothing to do with coffee,
Okay.
but going to bed angry at your partner. I know, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to share this with you. Could actually be good for
Projecting or
could actually be good for your
implying?
health. You made me think about the fact that we've been talking about sleep a lot.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about like cortisol because that's trending. Everybody's talking about it.
Yes.
You mentioned that.
Yes.
And so I've been looking up ways to improve my sleep. And this one was actually trending on CNN. It's not a reflection of anybody's relationship up here, but it talks about how sometimes you need to just take the thing that's bothering you and sleep on it. Because sometimes, you want to have arguments and drag things out. Some sleep experts are like, just go to bed. Sometimes take a moment. You need to just, sleep it off and then wake up in the morning and then address it.
I support that because you usually do feel a little different headspace in the morning. Like,
Absolutely.
why was I so worked up about
It wasn't
that?
even that big of a deal.
Like
but
when you're spinning in the moment, you got to
Yes.
just take a step back. No, definitely didn't go to bed angry last night. But I had a coffee from 7-Eleven. Don't hate. Their coffee's good.
she's such a big advocate for 7-Eleven coffee.
Okay, there's a 7-Eleven next to the Fox 4 studios, and sometimes even though I'm running late, I'm like, let me turn in here real quick and get my coffee because I forgot to bring one, and I drank the whole thing, and I'm like, hey.
Yeah, you do have a lot of energy,
No.
which I do love that for us.
But it doesn't feel good. I feel like
You're also very sensitive to caffeine.
I'm very sensitive to caffeine.
So that's the
This is
thing.
true.
I'm on my second cup at this point. Plus, I had a hot chocolate, and I still feel
There's no
like
caffeine in hot chocolate.
no. I'm saying the sugar, and I still feel like I could go for
That's an
something
old
else.
wives' tale.
All right, girl. Listen, I feel like it does something for me.
Okay. I'm going to go eat a Pop-Tart, so there we are. I'm on a Pop-Tart diet lately. It's great.
Yes. Shout out to the Snack Shack. Listen, we appreciate you joining us for the Off Script podcast Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
At 10 o'clock, you can stream us live, fox4now.com. Just click watch live. Also, we are on Facebook some days. You leave your messages. We're going to answer your questions. Shari is off for the next few days, so we will be back together on Tuesday, and we hope you join us then.
Have a good day.